Hey everyone, it's Sredna, and today I'm going to show you this painting kit that I put together for everyone. It should be a lot of fun, and it was really fun to make and put together this kit. I had been doing video tutorials for a while, and I decided to try out this other way of putting together painting kits for you all, because I know it's a lot of fun to do and it's nice to sit down and have everything all ready for you. So what we have here is a sunflower themed kit, and you'll get 4 8x10" designs, so you'll be able to paint each of these. Please don't feel like you have to follow along with like these exact colors or anything. This is just it gives you a like inspiration. It gives you like, oh, okay, it could look like this, or maybe you could do this here or here, you know, like whatever, but please feel free to fully explore your creative expression, and this kit will have everything you need to do that. So this kit comes with 4 8x10" designs on watercolor paper, and I have one of them here for you, so you'll get 4 of these, each with their own unique sketch of the designs that you saw in the front here. Then you will get your watercolor paints, and I'll show you how to remove the paint from these dot cards. Then you will get some extra blank watercolor paper, and this is great for practicing mark making and seeing what your colors look like before you put them on your sketch paper. Then you're going to get 2 brushes, so you're going to get a small round brush, and then you're going to get a medium to large round brush. So these larger ones are really great to go over big areas, and the smaller ones are nice to get in there with smaller details. So with your painting kit, you get a basic watercolor guide. So I'll go over how to get started, how to use, get your paints from here to here, how to, get started with coloring and stuff, and then you can just jump right in. There are a couple more pages here, so if you'd like to keep reading, there'll be a bit more in-depth guide about some painting techniques and a bit about the history of watercolors themselves. So now that we have all of that, let's get into the demonstration. So what I'm going to do is grab, let's see, I can put this here. In here I have this orange background, but I'm going to go for blue this time. So I'm going to wet this, and you see the paint comes off right away. And then what I have here is palette paper. If you don't have this, you can use any kind of palette, basically just somewhere to put your paints. So it could be like a plastic palette. You could even use like a paper plate. If you have a ceramic dish, that would be better, because then you can really like spread out the colors and stuff. So yeah, just use what you have. Put some blue on here, and I want to put like enough blue that I'm going to be able to do this nice background. And then I will grab some, maybe I'll do like some yellow too, and I'll put it over there. Grab some more yellow. More yellow. There. And I like to do this with my bigger brush because it will help me to grab more color. And then I'm going to put a bit of water here because I just want to thin this color out a bit. They can be pretty bright. So yeah, and once I've got my color, I will just go in and get to painting. So I actually made that maybe too not bright enough. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna get some more blue and some more. Okay, there we go. Ooh, pretty. So yeah. And what I like to do too sometimes is just to take some water, spread it across my page, and then I can like dip in the colors, and it just helps it because watercolor likes to be really, wet, I guess. to be able to move around and spread. Although, like, when you do put it on dry paper, you'll just get another kind of effect. Now, you can see like my paper is rising a bit. This, if I wanted to avoid that effect, I could have taped it down beforehand. So yeah, if you like that, you can do that. Okay, so I've got this nice background in here. Now, if I wanted to, I could let it dry and then do like another layer and it would darken it, or I could drop some hints of different colors in here. Like, let's say I wanted to do, actually it might be fun since we have a bit of blue, and then maybe we'll add a bit of maybe purple. I could see purple being just a really pretty thing. And I didn't grab enough color, so I'm making sure to wash my brush every time that I go in for a color, because I don't want the colors mixing. So let's see. Okay, that should be enough purple. And then what if I, like, maybe just here, I wanted to just darken it a bit. Ooh, that's pretty. And then maybe like as it's going upwards, the color is getting, you know, lighter and lighter. That's pretty fun. Got some over here too. And some purple on this side in between the petals. And yeah, once I've gotten that, I can maybe just use some water now and spread this color out a bit more. There. Oh my gosh, that is a really pretty color there. And so now I will go in and do this bottom part. So I'll make this part yellow. What a pretty bright yellow this is. And yeah, now I am going to wait, because if I start painting the petals, this background will run into the petal color, which I don't want. And then here, actually I could do a little, it's okay if the colors run, because if I do some orange, it will be a nice gradation there. So I'll just grab some orange, and then we'll put some orange here. And then we'll move some of that yellow into the orange, which will be just fine. Make a nice soft color. And I could even add some more yellow if I even want to drop more in. Here we go. Pretty. Now I will let this dry, and then I will come back in and paint those petals. I got tired of waiting for my paints to dry because it is November in North Dakota, and so it's very cold, and I decided to use my little dryer instead. This is a heated craft tool. I find this to not give like too high a heat, which is nice, and then I kind of keep it away from the paper and have it dry faster. Definitely not something that you need at all for this kit, but I'll just use it. And if you too are impatient like me, you could grab your hair dryer if you want to go faster, or you could just wait and, you know, chat with your friends if you're doing a painting party, or go get some tea or whatever. But I'm going to speed things up a bit. Okay, I think we are good to go now. So before I dive into these petals, I'm going to bust out my extra piece of paper and do some experimenting. So for the petals, I'm thinking there's these really pretty like brown-eyed daisies, I think is what they are, or maybe they're like red sunflowers, or, but you know, like they have that sort of design, and I want to see if I use some of my red, how might that look as a petal? Okay, very pretty. Now I'm going to try my brown. I think I want to do a brown or a red. And actually maybe I could alternate and kind of like go between. Brown and reds are so close together. I could do like, oh, maybe I could do, yeah, like every other petal, or I could use this brown since it's like a darker shade to add some dimension to the petal. So let's see, I think I can use, yeah, I'll use my smaller brush for this one, but to grab the paint, I'll go ahead and I'll get some red and I'll put it on my palette. You can see a little paint goes a very long way. And then I will use my smaller brush. Let me move some stuff to the side so I can get paint on my clothes, which happens a lot more than you would think. Oh yeah, right away I'm getting a really, really nice tone and color. Very lovely. And I might do every other petal. I don't know, it seems like that might be what is in the works here. This seems to be what's happening. And see how I'm getting like super close to this orange and reds I have at the bottom, but it's like no fear because the layer has dried. Now, except if you're going for a blending layer, like I really liked when I did the orange and then the yellow a bit and did a bit of blending there, and I liked dropping the blues and the purples together there. So it is nice at times to have that kind of colors sort of like connect. But if I had these reds and then my yellows and stuff, it would just give a different effect. So it just depends on what you're going for. There's a lot of yeah, styles where that would look really nice too. So feel free to do whatever you like. I'm going to go in for this brown now. And then while I'm over here, I may grab, let me see, maybe a bit of orange. Should I do a bit of orange back there? Or maybe I should do, I'm gonna do a darker red, which I could go in for, I could do a purple and mix it with the red and have a nice bit of a darker shade of red there. So let's try that too. That's a pretty one. Using my color wheel to make these colors darker here. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the, let me see now what I want. Oh yes, we're doing the brown. Just being, and I'm okay if these colors want to connect because the brown and the red look nice next to each other. But there were some petals where they are not exactly, or it would be too much of the same color beside each other, and I still want to see the difference. So I'll save that darker red that I made for those petals. Just filling it in, and actually I could have done this with the bigger brush really, but that would have been fine too, to fill in these bigger spaces. So I wonder what unique colors are you going to use, or if you're going to go with the same ones that are on the page, which is totally fine too. Whatever colors you'd like to use. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Look at all these. And now we'll use a bit of that darker red. And we'll go in Okay, now this finer detail brush is really coming in handy for getting these back petals. I could definitely see, yeah, doing like a painting party night and everyone's, you know, coming over and, you know, busting out the kit. And I mean, you do get the 4 designs with this, so it's enough for everyone to work on their own piece. And yeah, I mean, at this point, let's see, I could go in with some more tones, so I would just grab a bit more color of the same one. So I did this one in red, and so I'll just go over, if I do like half of it with that tone, you can see how that gives that petal like a lot of dimension. And watercolors usually, they look like darker at first, but then after they lay on the page, they'll kind of dry a bit lighter when they do dry. There we go. And then I could do that for some of the other petals, like maybe I want to go in with this brown, have a bit of fun. I don't even have to do every single petal, just some of them. Nope, I think I touched that one there. And I think I'll just leave the purples just like they are, because sometimes it's nice to kind of, for something to kind of go back into the background. It has a bit less detail, so that kind of, it gives the effect like that petal is being pushed back and it's behind the other petals. And then I am going to make a slightly darker orange for the bottom part here. So I'm going to mix, let's see, I could do like a brown, I could do a red. I mean, all of these are very, work very nicely together. And then I'll just do a bit here, like that. Okay, and then, I mean, some detail, this could be like little seeds. Could also do that with colored pencil or marker, or add, yeah, different kinds of pens for different effects. And even like holding your brush like this, you'll get finer lines versus if it's like at an angle, so you can play around with that and give it whatever you like. Could also go in and you could sort of like make like lines in each of the petals. Add more to the sky, and you know, all kinds of things, you know, let your creativity fly and stuff. So I hope this gives you some inspiration and some guidance on, you know, what to do with all this stuff in your painting kit. I hope you have a lot of fun with it, and be sure to let me know how it goes. You can send feedback here on my YouTube channel, or you can email me or text me or leave me a message. All that contact information is up on my website at srednaart.com. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Take care. See you next time. Bye.